Good evening, everyone. Let's talk about success. It's something we all desire, something we all chase after in different ways. But here's the cold, hard truth. Success is not accidental. It doesn't happen by chance, and it certainly doesn't happen without effort. If you want to achieve greatness, if you want to build something meaningful, if you want to be the person that you are capable of becoming, there is one thing that will make or break you: self-discipline. You see, self-discipline is the key that unlocks the door to your future. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, your dreams are just wishes. Without it, your potential remains untapped. Think about it. Every single successful person you admire, every leader, every entrepreneur, every person who's made a significant impact on the world, they all had one thing in common: the ability to stay disciplined, to stick to their plan, to continue even when it got hard. Self-discipline is about making the right choices when no one's watching. It's about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's about creating habits that serve your long-term goals, even if they aren't easy in the short term. But here's the thing, it's not enough to just want success. You have to act. And that's what self-discipline allows you to do. It allows you to take consistent action day in and day out, even when the journey gets tough. So let me leave you with this. Success isn't a matter of luck or chance. It's a matter of choice. And that choice begins with self-discipline. It's not a matter of chance, but of choice. And the key to making the right choices is self-discipline. Without it, you'll never be able to build anything substantial. The disciplined actions you take today shape the life you live tomorrow. It's not something you achieve overnight. It's a series of disciplined actions repeated over time. Cultivate those habits today for a successful future. Your results are a reflection of your daily choices. Self-discipline ensures that those choices align with your goals. It's about saying no to the easy path and choosing the harder one, because you know the hard work today will pay off in the long run. The world will tell you to take shortcuts, to chase immediate pleasure. But true success is about resisting that temptation and focusing on long-term rewards. Discipline thrives when you hold yourself accountable. If you can't rely on yourself, you can't expect anyone else to do the work for you. Discipline isn't just about actions, it's about managing your feelings. When you learn to control your emotions, you free yourself to make better decisions. Motivation will come and go. Discipline, however, is a constant. When motivation fades, discipline will keep you moving forward. Self-discipline means owning your results, good or bad. When you accept responsibility, you empower yourself to create the life you want. Success is predictable because it's built on a series of deliberate actions and choices. It's not a random stroke of luck or some cosmic event that happens to a select few. Success is the result of disciplined efforts, repeated over time, and aligned with clear goals. If you study the habits of successful people, you'll see that they consistently make the right decisions even when faced with challenges. They know that success isn't about shortcuts. It's about doing the work, day in and day out, regardless of how they feel in the moment. The key to predictability is understanding that every action you take today plants the seed for tomorrow's results. If you continually make poor decisions, avoid responsibility, and let discipline slip, you can predict that the outcome will be less than desirable. But on the flip side, if you make consistent, disciplined choices and stay focused on your vision, success is not a matter of chance, but of certainty. The beauty of this predictability is that it's within your control. You can't control the weather or other people's actions, but you can control how you respond. You can control your work ethic, your attitude, and your willingness to push through adversity. And in doing so, you begin to create a future where success is not a mystery. It's a natural consequence of the work you put in. So let's stop looking for magic formulas and get back to the basics. Success is predictable when you take responsibility for your actions, stay disciplined in your pursuits, and never lose sight of the fact that what you do today shapes the results of tomorrow. Keep this mindset, and you'll start to see that success is not something that just happens. It's something you create. Discipline is the very foundation upon which all achievement is built. Without it, all the dreams, plans, and ideas we have are nothing more than fleeting thoughts, fading away like the wind. You can have all the talent, all the ambition, all the knowledge in the world, but without discipline, none of it matters. The key to turning those dreams into reality is the ability to stick with your plan, even when things get tough. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what ensures that you keep going when motivation has left the building. You see, success doesn't come from a single burst of effort. It comes from consistent, focused action over time. Discipline is the bridge that connects your vision to your results. It's the tool that helps you push through the barriers that will inevitably come your way. It's about showing up day after day, even when things don't seem to be moving as fast as you'd like. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It creates it by doing the necessary work, regardless of the circumstances. What many people fail to realize is that discipline is not just about the big things. It's in the small, everyday decisions. Hot feet, the decision to wake up early, to stick to your schedule, to follow through even when distractions try to pull you off course. These small acts of discipline compound over time, leading to extraordinary results. And when you make discipline a habit, it becomes a part of who you are. It shifts from something you do to something you are, and that's when the real transformation begins. In essence, discipline is not a constraint. It's the very freedom you need to achieve greatness. It frees you from the chaos of indecision, from the uncertainty of not knowing what to do next. When you embrace discipline, you take control of your life. You decide what your future will look like, and then you set to work making it happen, step by step, day by day. That's why discipline is the true foundation of achievement. Without it, there's no structure, no framework for success. But with it, everything becomes possible. Success is not something that just happens one day. It's something that is built over time, one small habit at a time. Too many people look at successful individuals and think they've hit some kind of jackpot, that they were somehow just lucky or in the right place at the right time. But the truth is, success is a result of repeated actions and consistent habits. It's not a coincidence, it's a choice. And it's a choice made every single day. The key is that success isn't just an event or a single achievement. It's a series of actions, thoughts, and behaviors that are cultivated over time. If you look closely at the most successful people, you'll see that they all share a common trait. They've mastered their daily habits. They've created systems in their lives that foster success. And those systems are rooted in discipline, focus, and consistency. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They don't rely on feeling good or having the perfect conditions. They simply do what needs to be done because they've conditioned themselves to do so. The beautiful thing about success being a habit is that it's available to anyone who's willing to make the commitment. You don't need special talents. You don't need a particular background. And you don't need extraordinary circumstances. And what you need is the willingness to develop the right habits. Habits of hard work, perseverance, learning, and growing. These habits compound over time, turning small daily efforts into massive long-term results. One of the most important things to remember is that success is built on the small, seemingly insignificant actions that you take every day. It's easy to dismiss the importance of a single decision or moment, but those moments add up. The habit of showing up when you don't feel like it, the habit of learning something new each day, the habit of taking care of your body, your mind, and your relationships. All of these seemingly small choices, repeated day in and day out, create the foundation for success. And just like with any habit, it takes time to develop. It takes effort, discipline, and consistency. But once those habits are in place, they become automatic. Success becomes the natural result of your efforts because you've set yourself up for it day after day with the right habits. So if you want to be successful, don't focus on a single event or milestone. Focus on building the right habits and let those habits shape the future you desire. Success isn't something you achieve once. It's something you live every single day. You are what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally. Too many people look at the occasional effort as the key to success, thinking that one burst of energy or one great action will turn things around for them. But the truth is, it's the daily actions, the things you do on a regular basis, that truly define you and your future. Consistency is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Look around at the people who are living the life you desire. You'll notice a pattern. They aren't extraordinary because of a few grand gestures. They're extraordinary because of the small things they do day after day, consistently and without fail. Whether it's reading for self-improvement, exercising for health, or working on their skills, they are doing it consistently. And that consistency compounds over time, creating results that might seem sudden or miraculous to an outsider. But to the person who's committed to the process, those results are the direct outcome of their daily choices. In life, there's no such thing as instant success. It's easy to get caught up in the illusion that success is something that happens in one moment, like hitting the lottery or getting discovered. But the reality is, What you do consistently over time will determine what you become. If you consistently make excuses, procrastinate, or avoid the hard work, that's what you'll become, someone who never reaches their potential. If you consistently show up, put in the effort, and make the right choices, you'll transform into the person capable of achieving greatness. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the smartest or the most talented. What you need is the consistency to stay on course, to keep pushing forward, even when the results don't come right away. Because as time goes by, those consistent actions start to stack up, and what seemed like small efforts will become massive achievements. The power of consistency is in its ability to shape you, to mold you into the person who has the discipline and perseverance to succeed. Your habits create your future. If you want to change your life, you need to change what you do consistently. Your daily actions, your routines, your mindset, they all add up. You are the sum of your actions. The question is, what actions are you taking consistently today that will shape the person you'll become tomorrow? If you want success, start with your daily actions. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the right circumstances. Focus on what you can do today and make sure that it's a habit you'll carry into tomorrow and the next day. Over time, those consistent actions will create the life you want. Discipline is about sacrifice. There's no way around it. If you want something worthwhile, something that will bring lasting success and fulfillment, you have to be willing to give something up in exchange. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that success should come effortlessly, that you can somehow bypass the hard work and still reach your goals. But the truth is, discipline requires sacrifice. And that sacrifice often means giving up the things that feel good in the moment in order to achieve the things that will matter in the long run. You see, every choice you make is a trade-off. When you choose to stay up late watching TV instead of getting up early to work on your goals, you're sacrificing the potential progress you could be making. When you choose to indulge in short-term pleasures like junk food or procrastination instead of focusing on your health or your productivity, you're sacrificing the future you're capable of creating. Discipline is the ability to recognize that these short-term comforts come at a long-term cost, and choosing to make the hard decisions today that will lead to better results tomorrow. The sacrifices discipline demands are often not glamorous. It's not about making dramatic changes overnight, but rather about the small daily decisions to stay focused, to say no when you want to say yes, to push through the discomfort in order to stay on track. So it's about the countless times you have to choose your goals over your immediate desires. It's saying no to that extra hour of sleep because you know your dreams are more important. It's sacrificing instant gratification to focus on the work that needs to be done, even when you'd rather take the easy route. But here's the catch. Those sacrifices, no matter how difficult they may seem in the moment, are what create the life you want. Every time you sacrifice something today for something greater tomorrow, you are reinforcing your commitment to your future success. The key is realizing that discipline doesn't hold you back. It frees you. It frees you from the chaos of poor decisions, from the frustration of unfulfilled goals, and from the trap of living a life that's dictated by short-term impulses instead of long-term vision. Long projection from despair, doubt, and physical ill health makes you malleable. So, understand this. Sacrifice isn't something to fear. It's the path to freedom. It's the gateway to the life you've always wanted. Without sacrifice, there can be no growth, no progress, no success. If you're unwilling to make the hard choices now, don't expect to experience the rewards later. Discipline, at its core, is about choosing the path that might be harder in the short term, but infinitely more rewarding in the long term. It's about having the courage to say no to the things that don't matter so you can say yes to the things that truly will shape your future. Delay gratification. This is one of the hardest but most essential principles to understand if you're serious about achieving anything of significance. We live in a world of instant everything, fast food, quick fixes, immediate results. But real success doesn't work like that. True success is about developing the ability to say no to short-term pleasures, to resist the pull of immediate rewards, and instead focus on the long-term gains that will truly make a difference in your life. The ability to delay gratification is what separates those who achieve great things from those who don't. It's the difference between someone who takes the easy way out and someone who stays disciplined, works through the discomfort, and builds something of real value over time. It's the person who decides not to indulge in that momentary desire for comfort or pleasure and instead chooses to invest their time and energy into something that will provide lasting rewards. Here's the thing. Delaying gratification doesn't mean you never get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It just means you understand that the best rewards are the ones that come later, after the work has been done. It's about understanding the value of the effort you put in today and how it will pay off in the future. If you can develop the habit of sacrificing a little now for something bigger later, you'll set yourself up for success in a way that most people can't even imagine. Most people want results now. They want success without putting in the time or the work. But the problem is, the rewards that come too easily are often the ones that don't last. Think about it. How many times have you gotten something quickly and then watched it slip away just as fast? The thrill of instant gratification fades quickly and you're left with nothing but a fleeting moment. But when you work for something, when you delay the instant reward for the long-term payoff, you create something that is far more valuable and satisfying. This principle applies in every area of life. Whether it's choosing to put in the extra hours to build your business, to stick with your workout routine even when you don't feel like it, or to resist the urge to spend money on things that don't contribute to your future, delaying gratification is the key to building real wealth, real success, and real happiness. It's not about denying yourself forever. It's about choosing to make the right choices today so you can reap the benefits tomorrow. So remember, success is built on the ability to delay gratification. It's about making decisions today that your future self will thank you for. It's about understanding that the hard work you put in now isn't a sacrifice, it's an investment. And the greater your ability to delay that instant reward, the greater your potential for long-term success. Accountability is key. There is no shortcut to success without it. You can have all the knowledge, all the plans, and all the ambition in the world, but if you don't hold yourself accountable, none of it matters. Without accountability, your dreams stay just that, dreams. You'll never bring them to life if you don't take ownership of your actions, decisions, and the results that follow. It's easy to make excuses, to blame external circumstances, or to point fingers at other people when things don't go as planned. But the truth is, your success or failure starts and ends with you. Accountability is about taking responsibility for your choices. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, doing what you said you would do, and not letting anything get in the way of your commitments. It's easy to be accountable when things are going well, but what separates the achievers from the dreamers is the ability to stay accountable even when times get tough. As I said to Phil Thornburg, who's a partner in business and a best friend as well, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when the results aren't coming fast enough, that's when accountability truly counts. Too many people look for external sources of motivation, but true accountability comes from within. You have to be the one to look in the mirror and hold yourself to the standards you've set. No one can do it for you. You're the one who has to push yourself, even when the going gets rough, because nobody else is going to do it for you. If you want to see change in your life, you have to hold yourself accountable for making that change happen. It's also important to recognize that accountability doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. Successful people often surround themselves with others who hold them accountable. This might mean finding a mentor, joining a group of like-minded individuals, or sharing your goals with someone who can help keep you on track. But no matter who's around you, the core of accountability is your own commitment to follow through. The moment you stop taking responsibility for your own progress is the moment you start losing control over your future. When you are accountable, you take control of your life. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions or the right moment and start making progress now. You stop blaming other people or external factors and recognize that you have the power to change your circumstances. Accountability is a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. The more you hold yourself accountable, the more you build the habits, the discipline, and the character necessary to succeed. So if you want to achieve your goals, start by taking full responsibility for your actions. Own your mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. When you commit to accountability, you take the first and most important step towards achieving the life you've always dreamed of. Accountability is to you as much as it is. No one else can do it for you. And if you're waiting for someone else to step in and hold you accountable, you're already too late. It starts with you. Mastering your emotions is one of the most powerful skills you can develop on the road to success. Your emotions are powerful forces. They can either propel you forward or hold you back, depending on how you manage them. Too many people let their emotions dictate their actions, allowing frustration, fear, or anger to make decisions for them. The problem with that is that emotions are often poor guides when it comes to making clear, rational decisions. If you want to achieve anything significant, you must learn how to control your emotions rather than letting them control you. The key to mastering your emotions is understanding that they are not inherently good or bad. They are simply signals, telling you something about the world around you. However, they are not the final word on your actions. Just because you feel frustrated doesn't mean you need to give up. Just because you feel scared doesn't mean you should stop moving forward. Successful people understand this distinction. They acknowledge their emotions, but don't let them dictate their behavior. Mastery over your emotions begins with self-awareness. The more you understand how your emotions influence your actions, the more control you have over your responses. Perceptual processes are all about controlling fear. A trick to differentiate between, it's easy to react impulsively when things don't go your way. Maybe you get angry, frustrated, or disappointed. But when you master your emotions, you learn to pause before reacting. You take a moment to step back, assess the situation, and make a thoughtful decision rather than an emotional one. This pause is where power lies. One of the most important things to remember is that mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It's not about ignoring or denying how you feel. It's about acknowledging your emotions, understanding why you feel the way you do, and choosing to respond in a way that aligns with your goals. When you learn to respond instead of react, you take control of your life. Another crucial aspect of emotional mastery is learning to stay calm in the face of adversity. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable. Things won't always go according to plan, but the way you handle those moments will determine your success. When you can stay calm under pressure, you create space for clarity. You can think more clearly, make better decisions, and stay focused on your long-term goals. The ability to remain composed in the face of uncertainty is a hallmark of true strength. Part of mastering your emotions is also about practicing emotional resilience. The ability to bounce back from setbacks without letting negative emotions derail you. Life is full of ups and downs, but your ability to handle the downs without letting them define you is critical. Emotions like disappointment and failure are inevitable, but they don't have to be permanent. Resilience is about learning from these emotions, understanding what they can teach you, and moving forward stronger than before. Ultimately, mastering your emotions is about control. It's about refusing to let external circumstances or fleeting feelings dictate your future. When you can control your emotions, you can control your actions. And when you control your actions, you can control your destiny. The best part is that emotional mastery is a skill that you can develop with practice. Every time you choose to manage your emotions thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively, you're building your capacity for greater success. So take responsibility for your emotions. Don't let them take the wheel of your life. Master them, and you'll master your future. Don't rely on motivation. This is a crucial lesson for anyone who wants to achieve real success. Motivation is a powerful feeling. It can give you a boost, make you feel unstoppable, and drive you to take action. But here's the thing, motivation is fleeting. It's unreliable, unpredictable, and often in short supply when you need it the most. If you rely on motivation to get you through the tough days or to push you toward your goals, you'll find yourself stuck more often than not. The truth is, motivation isn't what gets things done. What gets things done is discipline, routine, and commitment. You can't afford to wait around for motivation to show up like some magic force that will carry you through your challenges. Successful people know this. What they've learned is that progress is built on consistent effort, not on how motivated they feel in any given moment. It's about doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel, because you've developed the habit of showing up and doing the work. If you're waiting for the perfect moment when you feel 100% motivated and ready to take on the world, you might be waiting forever. Life doesn't work that way. There will always be distractions, difficulties, and days when you just don't feel like pushing forward. The key is to not let your feelings dictate your actions. Instead, create habits and routines that set you up for success, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is what drives you to keep going, even when motivation is gone. It's the commitment to your goals, the determination to continue, even when you don't feel like it, and the consistency to do the work every day, whether you're motivated or not. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It's the daily, consistent action toward your goals that ensures you keep moving forward no matter what. When you rely on motivation, you give yourself an excuse to procrastinate. You tell yourself that you only act when you feel like it. But successful people don't operate on feelings, they operate on commitment. They know that success is the result of small, consistent actions taken every day, even when it's difficult. They know that the best time to act is when they don't feel like it, because that's when growth happens. When you push yourself despite the lack of motivation, you build the resilience, the work ethic, and the habits that will carry you to success. So, stop waiting for motivation to kick in. Create a system that works even on your worst days. Set clear goals, build strong habits, and stay disciplined in your actions. Motivation will come and go, but your commitment to the process, to your growth, and to your future will remain constant. And that is what will ultimately carry you to success. Take responsibility for your actions. This is one of the most empowering principles you can embrace in life. Too often, people look for someone or something else to blame when things go wrong. It's easy to point fingers at the economy, at circumstances, or at other people for the challenges you face. But the moment you decide to take full responsibility for your actions, you gain control over your future. Responsibility is not just about acknowledging your mistakes. It's about owning every decision, every outcome, and realizing that you have the power to change your course at any time. When you take responsibility for your actions, you stop being a victim. You stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. You recognize that your choices, the way you respond to situations, and the actions you take or don't take are what determine your results. If you're not where you want to be, don't look outside yourself for answers. Look within. What decisions did you make that got you here? What actions did you take or fail to take that led to this point? When you take responsibility for those choices, you start to see clearly how you can change them moving forward. The problem with avoiding responsibility is that it leaves you powerless. If you're always blaming something else, you're telling yourself that you can't control your life, that you're at the mercy of external forces. But the moment you take responsibility, you claim your power. You realize that you can change your actions, your mindset, and your habits to get the results you want. It's no longer about waiting for things to change or hoping that luck will find you. It's about taking proactive steps to shape your destiny. Taking responsibility is also about learning from your mistakes. Nobody gets everything right all the time. The key is not in avoiding mistakes, but in owning them and using them as lessons. When you fail, don't fall into the trap of self-pity or denial. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What could I have done differently? What will I do next time to get a better result? This is the mindset of a winner. Someone who is constantly improving, constantly learning, and constantly taking responsibility for their growth. Every mistake is an opportunity to get better, to refine your approach, and to build resilience. Furthermore, responsibility is not just about owning your failures. It's also about acknowledging your successes. Too often, people deflect credit when things go right. They attribute their achievements to luck, timing, or external factors. But successful people know that they are the ones who created their own opportunities, took the necessary actions, and put in the work. Taking responsibility for your wins is just as important as owning your losses. It builds confidence and reinforces the belief that you have what it takes to create the life you want. At the core, taking responsibility is about maturity and integrity. It's about facing the truth of your situation without excuses and making the necessary changes to move forward. It's about committing to yourself and your goals regardless of the obstacles that come your way. When you take responsibility for your actions, you stop being reactive and start being proactive. You take charge of your life, your decisions, and your future. So stop looking for external factors to blame. Start looking at yourself and ask, what can I do better? What steps can I take today to change the direction I'm heading in? When you embrace responsibility, you take control of your future. And that's where the real power lies.